what a challenge looks like.
A challenge starts with a problem statement.
Uh-huh.
Problem statement is, I can't do the following thing. And so I need a solution, a vehicular solution that allows me to do the following thing. That's what a challenge starts at, and it's got to be really, really clear.
Okay.
And we spend a lot of time, our community management team spends a lot of time helping people define what the problem statement is in a challenge, what the challenge statement is.
Can we do something like that where we actually get assistance from your community managers to define it?
Mm-hmm. And then normally, that's what I said, with corporations, we charge for it. But we also do them ourselves, meaning we don't get paid for it. We just say, here's a really big problem that nobody else is tackling. We need to tackle this problem. And so maybe it's not really big. It depends on whatever the issue is. It may not be big for one person, but it may be big for somebody else. And so we regularly, if you look at our corporate roadmap, we have a world that's divided on these challenges that we run, just divided in two columns. What are the ones that we're going to do for ourselves, for our community, and what are the ones that we're going to allow other people to come in and do? And the ones that we do for ourselves come out of our own pocketbook, because they take development hours, and they take prize money, and they take advertisement and recruitment and all the things that it takes to get a challenge going. Because if a tree falls in a forest and nobody's there, nobody cares. And so one of the reasons why Local Motors is known around the world by a lot of people is because we've put a lot of time and effort and money behind getting the word out. But still, there's so many people who don't know about us. We have 2 stories told about us every week.
In mainstream media?
Mainstream media. Every week. Mainstream media. Bloomberg TV, Travel Channel, Time Magazine, Newsweek, you name it. They're in our factory. They're there with cameras. They're telling the story. And we still have the vast majority of the world that doesn't know what we're doing. And so the thing is that you have to pay to get people interested in one way or another. And so that's a lot of what we do is, spending time engaging people. And we try to get a 2-fer or 3-fer on our dollar, which is we try to choose projects that are fundamentally already have a set of people interested in them. We're getting behind something that's already going.
What are examples of challenges that, say a car company wanted to have you guys solve?
BMW came to us and said, we don't have any penetration or buy-in in a lot of the emerging market megacities that are out there. So we want to design the features and functions that will be consistent with our brand in the next or the third from now evolution of our vehicles in megacities, which would be year 2022 to 2025.
In the third world?
Megacities. So that doesn't have to be in the third world, but it could be. So they did not define third world, they just simply said megacities. And so they had a challenge, and they said that the world is moving to become more urbanized right now as a trend. They had data to show it. And they said that the cities are actually, megacities are not necessarily the 10 to 20 million person cities, but it's anything above 1 million. And there are a lot of those that are growing. Cities are especially growing in that size, the 1 million to 5 million. And so that growth is something that they really wanted to get after. And I was amazed. So they came out, and this is probably the most conceptual it's not the most conceptual, we've done more conceptual things, but this is the most non-full vehicle conceptual thing we've ever done. So it's a feature or a function.
Wow.
And I didn't know that there would be enough passion around it, but we took the chance. So we decided to say yes to BMW, and so we said, okay, we'll do it. And it was amazing that there were hundreds of entries, and the winning entry was brilliant. The winning entry was about, basically you could summarize it as doing well while doing good. And the function was so fantastic. The person imagined, they said, okay, BMW today is a premium brand. So this is now no longer the challenge. This is one of the entries that won. So BMW is a premium brand. People aspire to drive a BMW who drive cars in the world and love cars. But in developing megacity today, oftentimes people who drive fancy cars are viewed as the 1% versus the 99%, and that's negative. Clearly, if you're in the 1%, you don't want to be treated like the 1%. You want to feel like you're doing something good for people and liked by everyone and yada yada. And so this person said, how about we turn it around and we make BMW the icon of doing good and therefore even more powerful as a brand when they enter a market. And how can we do that? So that was a fundamental commitment of that person's project. And then they went further and they said, okay, so here's what we do. If the corporate value is making vehicles, which is what a company like BMW is, you have control over the systems that go in the vehicle. Fair statement. And so in the world of car sharing, which is coming on more and more now, how about we allow you the opportunity to ride in different levels of BMWs associated with how much good you do. So the idea was, I'm going to make a pass that is the equivalent of the car, but it's branded BMW. So I'm going to have my gold, silver, gold, platinum, and M-Power passes. And I get in these megacities to ride in a BMW 1 Series, 3 Series, 5 Series, 7 Series, or M-Power vehicle, depending upon how much good I've done. So that the people who actually earn the M-Power chip with the pass are the ones that are driving around in super cool vehicles.
And good is defined by what?
So then it defined the functions that were relevant to building a car. So one of those functions was, how easy is it for you to pick up a package that somebody else needs to have delivered? Or how easy is it for you to know that there is a person that needs a ride from one place to the next and you give them a ride? How easy is it for you to limit the power in your engine in order to do carbon recapture? How easy is it for you to recharge the grid with the power that's in your vehicle, and how many hours do you allow that to happen? How low speed do you drive in order to be able to save energy? All of those are choices that you make, and if you make the choice that's better for the community, then you get more credits. And if you make the choice that's worse for the community, you don't get as many credits.
This is for the actual designers, or the reward goes to who? For
now, which reward are we talking about?
So these passes, these tickets,
These are for the actual drivers, not designers. These are for the actual drivers. These tickets are effectively like, a zip car pass, if you will. Which just simply says that my chit grows in value, my ticket grows in value as I do more things that are good when I use the car to drive.
When you use the car, okay, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Huh. How does that work here? We'll see. So.
Figure it out.
Probably do that.